The time is 10 o'clock. Good morning. Here's the news at 10 on T Solid Radio. I am Mobola Bade Kale. First, the major headlines. Federal government rejects NMA's 21-day ultimatum. Nigeria needs new revenue sharing formula to address emerging challenges. Displaced residents return to Mozambique conflict-torn region. And in the world of sports, Team Nigeria wins second gold as Omolayo breaks Paralympics record. And now the news in details. The Ministry of Labour and Employment, in a statement on Sunday, faulted the 21-day ultimatum given by the NMA. The statement by the spokesman of the ministry, Charles Akpan, said the federal government is religiously implementing its own side of the agreement with effective monitoring by the Office of the Minister of Labour and Employment, adding that the NMA had yet to move a needle on the roles assigned to it in the agreement. Reacting to the NMA's threat in a statement titled Labour Ministry to NMA a 21-day ultimatum in collision with our MOA, the government argued that the body's position was at variance with the timeline stated in the Memorandum of Agreement. Akpan submitted that the technical committee set up in Article 7 to tackle the backlog of arrears on the government integrated financial management information system was given 4 weeks effective today, August 30th, 2021, to round off its assignment, querying if it was not a collision with the 21-day ultimatum. The government advised the NMA to play its role as the guardian of its affiliate associations instead of descending into the arena of needless fear of impeachment. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC), in collaboration with Nigeria Senior Citizen Center (NSCC), has organized a train tour to ensure and improve the lives of senior citizens in Nigeria. Managing Director of the NRC, Fidet Okiria, who disclosed this at the weekend during a 2-day bi-monthly management and senior staff meeting at the corporate headquarters in Itemeta, Lagos, enjoined workers to be more proactive in the discharge of their official responsibilities. He emphasized the need for senior and management staff to network for the progress of the system, stressing that the federal government's efforts towards transforming the entire railway system through the modernization project must be appreciated and sustained by the workers, and raising up the challenges of the modern rail transport industry. Also, the Pioneer Director General of the NSCC, Dr. Imam Onokaro, while addressing the elderly citizens, said the center is primarily to identify the needs of senior citizens and to cater for them in varied domains, including health and well-being, income, security, training, and education for capacity enhancement, counseling, sports, recreation, development of data system on senior citizens, and so on towards the realization of the dignity, security, independence, care, and well-being of senior citizens. However, she said the center was established to promote a fundamental positive change in perception, attitude, and paradigm about aging and old age. She also said that the center promotes economic development opportunities in investing in enhanced capacities of senior citizens for the benefit of all and a cohesive community. Chairman of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission (RMAFC), Dr. Elias Mbam, has said that a new revenue sharing formula is required to address emerging challenges threatening the country. Mbam stated this during an interaction with the Nigerian Guild of Editors (NGE) at the weekend and said the current revenue template has not been reviewed in the past 28 years. The RMAFC boss said the creation of additional political entities is one of the compelling reasons for the planned review of the vertical allocation formula. The Commission had made several attempts at reviewing the template, but the processes were truncated. In 2003 and 2014, similar efforts were made by recommendations now followed through, which leaves the country with what is generally considered as a document unfit for purpose. The Commission is currently on a nationwide sensitization to prepare critical stakeholders for a review of the revenue sharing template to align with the current stage of the country's development, and the head of the Commission said the review would be completed this year to give the country an equitable revenue sharing formula. You are still listening to the news at 10 on T-Solid Radio. Still to come is the following and sports news. Do remember that you can download our app T-Solid on Play Store or log on to www.tsolid.tv. You can as well follow us on our social media platforms or at T-Solid Radio TV. And now to some foreign stories. In northern Mozambique, hundreds of internally displaced people had fled jihadist attacks that began in 2017 have begun to return to their homes following military operations involving troops from Rwanda. In recent weeks, towns and villages in Cabo Delgado province that had been overrun by Islamist militants have been recaptured. In Rwanda, local media has shown photos of the military helping displaced people set off in buses and lorries from displacement camps back to their homes. The Mozambican authorities have, however, warned that some areas are still not ready to be repopulated as the jihadists destroyed basic infrastructure. According to reports, close to 750,000 people have been forced to flee their homes due to the violence. South Sudan's first Vice President Riek Machar has rejected government claims that he and President Salva Kiir had struck a deal on the unification of the forces. Cabinet Affairs Minister Martin Elia Lamuro on Sunday said the two had reached an agreement for a joint force, which was critical for the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. Mr. Machar's office in a statement termed the announcement as false, adding that the issue remains unresolved. The minister had said the two leaders had agreed that the president's party takes 60% share of the unified forces, with the remaining share being divided between Mr. Machar's party and other opposition parties. Mr. Machar's office said previous talks had proposed an equal share between President Kiir's party and his side, while another proposal called for a 50-45 sharing. Still on the foreign scene this morning, rebel forces from Ethiopia's conflict-hit Tigray region have accused the African Union of bias days after the bloc appointed the former Nigerian president Olusegun Obasanjo as a mediator. A spokesman for the Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF), Getachew Reda, accused the AU of siding with Ethiopia's government and barely acknowledging the existence of the 10-month conflict. The Ethiopian government has repeatedly said it would not be willing to hold talks with the TPLF, which has described as a terrorist organization. And finally, in the exciting world of sports this morning, Team Nigeria won the second gold medal at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics on Sunday as Bose Omolayo claimed victory in the women's 73 kg para-powerlifting. Omolayo lifted the Paralympics record of 141 kg to win the gold medal. She had earlier lifted 135 kg and 138 kg. The 32-year-old, however, failed in a bid to lift 144 kg, which would have been the new world record. Chairman Caretaker Committee, the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Professor Yahya Okonya, says the federation hopes to introduce 250,000 people to the game annually in the next 4 years. Okonya, who was speaking on Saturday at the development seminar organized by the new board of the Lagos State Cricket Association. The seminar, which was held via teleconference, had a cross-section of participants from sports and cricket administrators and other stakeholders within and outside Nigeria, including Europe and North America. In a statement by the LSCA, which was made available to newsmen, Okonya, who charged the LSCA to contribute to its quota in achieving this, said it was part of the Accelerated Growth Program of the NCF. Vice Chairman LSCA Charles Omoera also announced the decision of the board to register an under-19 state team in the Lagos League and solicited the understanding of the clubs that would have these services. of these younger players for a limited period. He also reiterated the commitment of the board in implementing the development agenda. We have come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. Federal government rejects NMA's 21-day ultimatum. Nigeria needs new revenue sharing formula to address emerging challenges. Displaced residents return to Mozambique conflict-torn region. And in the world of sports, you heard Team Nigeria wins second gold as Omolayo breaks Paralympics record. Ensure to go by all precautionary measures to stay safe from COVID-19 as recommended by the WHO and NCDC. To remember that you can download our app T-Solid on Play Store, log on to www.tsolid.tv. You can as well follow us on our social media platforms or at T-Solid Radio TV. The news was compiled by Akachi Chijioke and edited by Olorunishola Mary Owolafe. I am Mobola Bade Kale. Good morning and thank you for listening.